Hello students, your instructor here, John Mandula with another screencast. You might use After Effects to set up your video editing project. If that's the case, you'll often, for the first time you start up After Effects, be presented with this welcome dialog, somewhat similar to Premiere. Anyway, let's click on New Composition, and you get a Composition Setting dialog, and you can set up a number of things here, so we'll spend some time here. First of all, the presets. If you have HD footage, an HD camera, and you have a machine that has lots of processing power and memory and a really good graphics card, you might want to do that. However, it's up to you. You may notice that there's a lot of lag if your computer can't handle it effectively. So you might want to stick with just some of the standard setups. So let's say I went to this one, NTSC DV. And if you have widescreen footage, whether it's HD or not, you might want to do that instead. So let's say I go to this one, and you can see the width is 720 by 480, and pixel aspect ratio, I'm going to leave this alone. Again, if I have widescreen, I can do this, try to match aspect ratio here with the preset, so I'll leave this alone for now. Frame rate, we can also leave that alone. 29.97 frames per second is essentially 30 frames per second. So we're just going to leave that alone. You can adjust it. I would stay between 24 and 30 though for your project. And if you just leave it at 29.97, that's completely fine. Resolution, this is something you can adjust later as well. This is the resolution that the software will display back to you while you're working on it, edit it, and doing those things. So for now, we'll leave it at full, and we can show you in the application how you can change it on the fly depending on what you're trying to preview in your monitor. The start time code is 0, which makes sense. The duration, so this is how long the project is. So again, this is going to be from right to left. This is frames, seconds, hours. I'm sorry, frames, seconds, minutes, hours. So 30 seconds right now, maybe I want to change that to, maybe I want to leave this at 00, and the minutes, maybe I want to be 3 minutes like that. And the background color black, that's good. You can use another color, but black is often what you want. You can always set up solids, they call them, or different layers that are different colors if you want that. So we'll hit OK. And without much fanfare, presented with this. So similar to Premiere, where it has the program monitor, the program panel, this is just the composition panel. And this is where we'll see all of our stuff. Also use the project panel. So this is where I import all of my assets. So I can either go to File, Import, and I get File or multiple files. Multiple files is nice. Obviously, more than one. Or again, you can just similar to Premiere, I can just double click the empty area in the project panel, and the import dialog comes up. So I'm just gonna go, here, 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 and I'm just gonna bring in this one. And even here, I can hold Shift or Command or Control to select various ones. So I'll just do these 3 right here, and I will open them. And so I can see that they're there. And again, if I click on them, also similar to Premiere, I can see a little preview of them, things like that. And if you see some black, don't be alarmed. That's often just like the first few frames might be black, and it's not a big deal. So what I want to do is see them in my timeline. And in After Effects, you'll notice that I can actually adjust this a little bit. This over because tabs in the way. There we go. See, it's called Composition 1, and I can just take things and bring them into there. So let's say I want to start with the JPEG, just bring it down here, and it shows up as a layer, very similar to Photoshop, it shows up as a layer. And then I can scrub the playhead, this is called. It may also be called the current time indicator, or CTI, I like to call it playhead. And when I say scrubbing, I just mean moving from left to right, or forward and back in the footage. So this has been set up to last the entire 3 minutes, which I probably don't want. I probably just want it to last a few seconds. So what I can do is hover over the edge, and I can see when I hover over the edge, I get a little left and right black arrow. And I'm just going to send this way back over here, and to just a few seconds I want it to be. That's probably about 7, this is just a few seconds right there. And again, I can zoom in with I like to call it the mountain and the hill. It's really the zoom in and zoom out button. You can see that, my intervals up here will adjust for me to be more helpful. That's all I got. Stay tuned for more.